Greetings, friend. I wanted to make this video to show a different side of my movement that I don't show as often. Most of the time, you see me doing pull-ups, slant board squats, ring dips, and more of what would be considered the traditional kind of exercise. But a quote that I heard from a man named Ido Portal that was what I would describe as a red pill moment, like once you see it, you can't unsee it. The quote was, "Exercise is a small planet in the universe of movement." And like every quote, I'm sure that means different things to different people. But what that exposed to me was that while it is good to have a foundation, and you need to build a foundation of strength in the movements that we know, like the pull-up and the squat and the dip and the handstand, that's only the surface of what our bodies are capable of doing. And in the same way that we have certain food appetites, we have likes and we have dislikes, and the only way we arrive at those conclusions is by trying different foods. So too has been true for me with my movement. And in the same way that the only way to stick to a certain way of eating is to identify those foods that you do like, so you actually look forward to your meals and you actually enjoy them, the same is true about exercise and about movement in general. It's a process that not many are willing to go through, but it has been transformative for me because my library of movement, first of all, is infinitely more vast than it ever has been. And beyond that, it's full of movements that I like to do. This flow you're watching right now is something that I like to say discovered, not created, because the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. And that may sound really pretentious, but I didn't make up any of these shapes. These are all things that I have both seen, like watching Bruce Lee movies, but also personally experienced. I have a little bit of experience with Tai Chi type movement. But what I like about this is not only is it challenging my body, I mean, even when I draw my arms back like I'm pulling a bow or an arrow on a bow, I feel my back muscles contract. When I'm in the horse stance, it's working my legs, it's working my hip mobility, which matters a lot to me. And when I'm in that traditional kung fu pose, for lack of a better term, I love the way it challenges my body. And because I'm doing this slowly, it slows this moment down. It helps me be more present, which is something that I personally struggle with. In our culture, what usually draws us to moving our bodies more is burning calories, is losing weight. And I personally don't think those things are inherently bad, but they are so surface level that if we don't spend time exploring deeper reasons to move our bodies, the chief one being because we are movers at our core, it's what we were designed to do, then it makes it almost impossible to stick with moving our bodies long term. See, for me, this has become a form of meditation. I'm not meditating while I'm doing pull-ups and the traditional movements, but while I'm doing this kind of movement where I have to slow down, I have to feel every inch of every rep, it helps me be more present in the moment. And now, as a byproduct, I am burning calories. I am breaking down muscle that will rebuild stronger, all of those traditional aspects we look to exercise for. But all the while, I'm enjoying this process more. And we tend to do things that we enjoy a lot more often. And the final thought on this is a lot of people overlook this stuff because I'm not Asian, I'm not a monk, I'm not a kung fu master, but I do love all forms of movement. And in our specialist society, what a shame it is, all of these aspects that could be so fruitful for our lives, we overlook because we don't consider ourselves to be those things. But the great thing is, you don't have to. You can just be and enjoy.